Okay, hey, what's up, everybody, man? Welcome to your marvelous Monday morning. I hope as you're riding to work or wherever it is you're going, I hope that you have a beautiful day. And I want to, I want to say thank you for your time and giving this podcast a shot, because you could be doing something else right now. You could be listening to somebody else, but I'm glad you're listening to me. So today, I hope I can inspire you just a little bit. Today I want to tell you the reason that I hustle. Like every single day, I wake up with an intense hustle because I know that I don't want to live the life I had to live. I was born in Liberia in 1987, and in 1990 there was a civil war in my country, which destroyed everything my family had. So we had to leave our country, try to escape to save our life, and we moved to Ghana, where we lived in a refugee camp. Now, have you ever seen the movie Hotel Rwanda? That's kind of like what my life was like. Go look it up, Hotel Rwanda. And when we got to the United States, we lived with my grandmother on Gallup Street in Providence, Rhode Island. And sometimes you don't know you're poor till somebody reminds you you're poor. As a kid, I was just thrilled that I got free lunch. You get on the bus and go to school free. Books and everything was free. I was just happy to be here, man. Now, it took me a while to get used to the code, but I was just happy I was in the place where I can make better for myself. I can do better with my life. And, so I took advantage of that. But I remember this one day, my dad worked 2 or 3 jobs. I barely ever saw him. We lived with my grandma. It was like quite a few of us, probably my cousin, my brother, myself. It was a few people, and we just managed it, right? So, my dad bought these pair of boots for me. I remember them. They were some red boots. I thought they were Timberlands. Well, I didn't know the difference, so I just wore the boots to school. I remember getting roasted. This one girl, pretty big girl. I wasn't gonna say nothing back to her because she was a big girl, and I remember just getting laughed at, and that was not a great feeling. And so I told myself, man, this is never going to happen to me again. I got rid of them boots. My dad never knew where I put them things. I never wore them again. And so that experience in itself, and then, there would be times where, I'll be at the Boys and Girls Club. I didn't have that much clothes. So, you wear the same things to school over and over again. You'll be at the Boys and Girls Club, if somebody leaves a pair of shorts behind, well, sorry, that was mine now. Somebody left something behind. And, you did what you had to do to survive. I remember having to go to, when I got to high school, there was a spot right by my school. I went to Feinstein High School in Providence, Rhode Island. There was a place called Blanco Blanco. I remember Blanco Blanco had these 5 for $20 t-shirt deals. And at this time, everybody's wearing the oversized t-shirts. So I went and copped me, I got a white one, the black one, the blue one, the gray one. Just about every color to kind of complement my week. So every day of the week, I had a new t-shirt. I could never afford the Jordans. I could never afford the pair of Air Forces. I could never afford the things that I'm buying. And I think sometimes what poverty does to you, it brings a sense of shame. It brings a sense of low self-esteem. You're not confident enough. I was always smart. I knew I was, school came to me easy. I just read everything. I paid attention to society, and I always asked questions. So school was never challenging for me. But it was a social aspect of it where, when you see everybody else look like they got it like that, you don't, that sometimes can do something to you. So I hustle because I never want my son to go through that. I hustle because I want to be able to set a different trajectory for him. I hustle because I got parents who sacrificed everything for me, man. Like they left everything back home to come here to make a better life. My father worked in the factory. It wasn't the thing that he wanted to do, but it's what he had to do. And so seeing my dad work in the factory and come home and just never complain, that's why I hustle, because my kids are never going to have to go through that. I hustle because I have a fiance and who's helping me build a beautiful family, man. This woman she's been a support system like none other. She's, man, it's a long story and I'll tell you in another episode, but I'll just put it like this. This woman accepted me at one of the lowest points in my life, and I can never thank her enough for that. You know, she gave me everything she got on a daily basis. You know, raising the son ain't easy, but she do the work that she do, and I can't say thank you enough, because based in comparison to what I do, man, you can't even count it two. So I hustle because I want her to get everything she deserves to get in this world, because she deserves it. You know, there are days where, you know, I'll go to work, and at the end of the day, I'll trade the suits for some Timberland boots and sweatpants and go make deliveries. You know, there are days I'm out there late at night making deliveries, but I got to do what I got to do because my family deserves the best. I hustle because I want to be an inspiration for kids in my neighborhood to know that there is a black man out here who's doing it the right way. You know, I ain't got to be out there. I ain't got to be a basketball player. I ain't got to be a musician. I ain't got to be a drug dealer. I can be a regular, everyday guy who can be a millionaire just because he did it the right way. And that's my goal. I'm going to be a millionaire. There's nothing that's going to stop me from that. I'm on my way there. So I hustle because I want to change the narrative for the people that I care about the most, for the community that I care about the most. You know, going through those times in my life where I just didn't have it, right? But all I kept doing was just praying and, you know, praying, and then just putting in the work. So I hustle every single day so that Malcolm, that's my son. So Malcolm never have to live a kind of life his daddy lived. And that when I'm not saying I'm about to give him everything, but he has to earn it. But he doesn't have to live the kind of difficult life that I live. The days when I didn't want to get out the house because I didn't have the clothes to wear, or I didn't have the money to go to that field trip, or I couldn't go to that movies with my friends because I just didn't have the money. You know, I appreciate my family because they always supply me with love. But man, there are days where I was like, man, I wish I had them pair of Jordans. You know, I wish I had those things. I wish I had that. My son ain't never going to have them days, because I'm going to make sure that he's okay. But I'm also going to make sure that he earns that. So when I get up in the morning, even though I'm not feeling it all the time, and I know you might not be feeling it all the time, why do you do this, man? Find a reason. Find somebody that's an inspiration. It's not about you necessarily. Yeah, you want to enjoy the fruits of your labor, but it's about people behind you. It's about people you're doing things for that who may not even realize you're doing it for them. So, man, as you get your hustle today, get in there. You know, don't waste your time. Make sure you budget your time. Make sure you're giving your time to the right people and things. And then do the best that you can today, because that's all we can ask. And don't forget to pray, man, because prayer works. And, you know, put in the work as well. All right, everybody have a great day, man. I know y'all going to be good, so I ain't even worried about y'all. I was just going to say be blessed and be safe and have a beautiful day.
Jello Beats, holla at me.